Help you. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, and it's the evidence of things not seen. That's the first verse. It won't sound like that because it's using, more relaxed language. But for those of you all who, so that you kind of know where we are, many of us know that verse. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. And so you remember we're this whole thing with King Solomon, right? And this whole thing about life and the meaning of life and what are we doing with our lives and why should we do anything with them? And, he talked about vanities and vapor and everything was kind of nothing, in certain ways at the end of the day. And I hope you've done some reading so that you can contextualize it. And, because over time things end up being a caricature. Right. And it's like, oh, Solomon just says vanities of vanities. You got what is it, the third chapter, there's a time for everything. And then you have these others and vanities of vanities and, that kind of thing. And, but the truth is there is great meat on the bone in all of the word of God. So, uh, Hebrew 11th chapter, the fundamental fact of existence is that this trust in God, this faith, is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living. Wow. That's a way to come out of the blocks, right? We're talking about what is the meaning of life. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This faith is the firm foundation under everything that makes life worth living, because that's end of day, as especially maybe not also but especially as Christians, quality of life is a thing, right? And we should think our way through that, because and maybe the only thing that we really need to do is make sure that we're expanding our understanding of what quality of life means. It doesn't just mean that I have enough to eat, although that is in there. It doesn't just mean that I have some place to live. That's in there. It doesn't just mean that I have a job and I can feel some fulfillment, some sense of well-being or purpose in working and doing stuff. It doesn't just mean that I have healthy relationships. That's in quality of life, but it also means that I find my way to the creator of all things great and small. I can't wait to keep reading this for you, right? That I find myself, I find my way to the creator of all things. And I allow him to have an influence on me. I allow him to have influence on me. I cultivate a relationship with him in the way that he says I am to. And he says that that we can't come to him except through his son, Jesus Christ. That's quality of life. That I find out how to have peace of mind and joy divine, that I come to grips with the fact that God is not random and my life is not accidental. So